Welcome to Gamescom. We're here over at the Square Enix side of things, and I'm talking to Karl from Tomb Raider. Karl, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yep, my name is Karl Stewart, and I'm Global Brand Director for the Tomb Raider franchise and Crystal Dynamics.
Wonderful. So, the new Tomb Raider game, had my hands on it, very cinematic compared to the last ones.
It is very cinematic. Our goal was to be able to sort of tell a true origin story of how a young girl becomes our action-adventure hero, ultimately. In order to do that, we believed that we wanted to immerse the player into this deep narrative world, and the cinematics and the cinematics team have done a phenomenal job of helping us really bring that story to life. Yeah,
I mean, again, from what I've seen so far, it's also very emotional. That seems to be a very interesting evolution of the Tomb Raider series, to go from, the games that were focusing more originally on puzzles, and the story was kind of there, but not so much, like there weren't many cutscenes. It was all, story was told through the game. Now it's a case of very emotional, cutscenes telling a lot of scary and interesting things.
Yeah, what we're showing right now, here at Gamescom, and what we showed last year, really is just the first hour of the game, and the first hour is very important to us because it really sets the tone for our character, and we go through a wide range of emotions. And none so more as when she has to go through that first kill moment, which is a very, very deep and dark moment. But when she comes out the other side, it's very important that she's now motivated. She now knows that, she's had to grow up very quickly. It's all about setting up the sort of the story for the future of the franchise, and that you're there with her when she makes these dramatic sections.
The first kill thing is rather interesting. Don't want to spoil too much, but it's been seen quite a few times. So the actual kill, up until that point, you're just killing animals and things, and there's quick time events in the game, which some people instantly go, no, quick time events. But for the first kill, it fits because it is a struggle for someone to make that first kill, and with the quick time event, you are struggling to actually make that kill, and if you don't, you'll die, and that fits to tell the story.
It is. It's a really important thing that we didn't just start this origin story with a young girl with guns and she would become a killer.
Yeah.
We want to take the player on that journey of how you get to that point in time where you have to make that decision. And as you rightly said, you go through a scene where you get a bow and you have to kill a deer to eat, and then you use that bow to protect yourself as the wolf's trying to attack you, and eventually you've built yourself up to the moment where you're being forcefully attacked by this scavenger, and it's a kill or be killed situation. And we want that to be a very important moment and not just overshadowed with the fact that, hey, she's a killer in the last games, and she goes around whether it's animals or humans. It was pretty easy for her. Now, not so much. This is a pretty important thing for us to sort of show the evolution and the depth of her character.
Yeah. So one thing I have to ask, the first part of the game that we get to see, and we've seen at previous expos, it's a lot grittier, a lot more real than the previous ones. Does that mean that the mystic elements and the kind of fantasy-esque stuff from the previous ones is now gone, or is that still there and we just have to wait and see?
No, it's something that we sort of said that in order to bring the emotion that we wanted throughout the game, we have to make it feel almost human, almost real. And, a great example is the first kill, that if you took a fantasy element to that and you had her kill it, you wouldn't feel anything for it. You'd kind of go, well, that's not going to happen to me ever. But because it's a human against human, you feel it more.
Yeah.
So for us, throughout the story, we've kept sort of the human element, the real element that makes you feel like she's fighting against people who would think just like her or just like you and me.
Yeah.
And that actually makes the challenge tougher because you can't get away with just creating this highbrow fiction.
Yeah, it does, because there's the stealth section through the beginning. I mean, in previous games you've had things like T-Rexes and dinosaurs and all kinds of crazy mystic stuff, but now it's a case of none of that would actually give you the ability to do that stealth style section of avoiding things and just getting through, because that's, you can't take those on head on. Yeah. So it really does fit with the new style of storytelling that you're going with.
Yeah, and it's been very important to us as well that, when you bring those elements, whether it be stealth or whether it be just your choice to go into a section head on, you have the XP and the RPG light system, which helps you as a player feel like I can choose those decisions based on how I've equipped myself as a character. And the RPG system is very important to us as well, that for those scenes you feel like you're actually going through that natural growth with Lara.
Yeah.
There's a great narrative from start to finish, but by giving you the choices, it makes it more interesting that if you do want to play the game in a stealthy way, you've equipped yourself and you've put yourself in those shoes.
Yeah. So for those that are watching, do you want to give them any more information about where they can go to find out more, like a website and a release date or anything like that?
Yeah, the game comes out on March 5th, 2013 on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. And right now, hit up tombmater.com, and we have a pretty extensive range of videos and information on that. So
I'm sure you'll be showing more and more as we get closer to the release
Yes, as we get
date.
closer to... we're actually going to be looking at the end of the year, sort of a little sneak peek coming up.
Very cool. Well, Karl, thank you very much for your time.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much.